Hey there, future coders. Picture yourself as an amazing movie director. You have this grand idea for an animated film featuring all sorts of quirky, fun characters. In Python terms, you are about to dive into the exciting world of string, classes, objects, and methods. Let's first talk about strings. Ever thought about how a string of beads forms a beautiful necklace, or how each bead represents something unique? Imagine each bead as a character and the whole necklace as a string. In Python, a string is like that necklace, a sequence of characters, all linked together. Let's look at an example of a string in code. Anything we put inside our quotation mark will turn into a string. We use both the single quotation mark or the double ones. But if we use single, we need to be careful when using apostrophe mark, as the computer will get confused. We can also store our string in a variable by using the assignment operator we learned earlier, and we can combine strings using the plus sign. So if we assign company to Imachi and my name to Iya, because my name is Iya, and then I can just call my name plus love in quotes, and don't forget a space after loves, and then plus company. Then it returns a string that says Iya loves Imachi. Now let's look at an Imaji example. We can use the Imaji built-in function scrolling text. Let's say I want to type and display I love coding with Imaji charm in green letters. Then I simply need to put the string as the first argument and use the capital letter of green, which is G, as the second argument. Then it'll be displayed on my Imaji charm when I upload it. Now let's look at class. A class in Python is not the same as a class at your school. Think of a class as the blueprint for a character in your animated film. Let's call this class animation with a capital A. It sets out the basics that every character in your animation should have, like color, size, and movement. In Imaji, this animation class is already built in. We can just use it. Let's look at an Imaji example using a method in the context of class. If a class is the blueprint of your animated film, then a method is like a unique action or movement that a character can perform. And we call a method using the dot notation followed by the method name. In this Imaji example, we assign a variable a to the class animation, so that every time we call the addFrame method, we can just write a.addFrame. It's much easier. We use for loop in this context because we want the animation to loop forever over the 8 colors of rainbow. One frame is created in each iteration of the for loop. In total, 8 frames are created since the for loop has 8 iterations. What about object? What is an object? When we wrote the code a equals animation, we have also created an object for or instance of the class animation. An object is similar to a character or an individual entity with its own unique characteristics and attributes in our animation film. In our previous example, creating an animated rainbow, an object can be each frame of the rainbow. So remember, a class is your character's blueprint. It outlines what all your characters can have. And an object is an individual character you create using the blueprint with its own specific attributes. Here's an opportunity to use your imagination. Imagine you are the director of an animation film. What kind of animated character would you create using your animation class? A leaping blue elephant? Or a twirling pink mouse? Let your imagination run wild and let's create some amazing Python animations. And that's a wrap on our coding adventure today. We've explored some exciting concepts in Python, including strings, methods, classes, and objects. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. First, we learned about strings, a sequence of characters that can be words, sentences, or anything else you want to work with. Remember, strings are enclosed in single or double quotes. Next, we dived into classes and objects, a blueprint to create and represent specific entities. Classes define the structure, and objects are instances that bring those entities to life, each with its own data and behavior. We also explored methods, special actions or behaviors that can be performed on objects. Methods are like unique moves that add life and interactivity to your code. And we use the dot notation to call our method function. By combining strings, methods, classes, and objects, you can build amazing projects, just like animating characters in an exciting film. Keep practicing and experimenting with these concepts. The more you code, the more you master Python's magic and unlock the endless possibilities of creativity. Congrats! You're another step closer to mastering the magic of Python. Until our next Python adventure, keep exploring and keep learning. All right, we've come to the end of today's lesson. Future programmers, if you're excited to learn more, please remember to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating Python journeys. Also, don't forget to check out the Imagy app and the Imagy Charms, your fun coding buddies that make learning to code a breeze. Keep practicing, keep coding, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, happy coding.